Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's podcast. I'm here with Olivia Page at Ascension Healing Sounds, who's my friend and student. And today she is going to help us with getting answers from the Blue Avian Alparabeam that I have been channeling, who's one of my guides, by asking questions while I'm in trance. This is part 2 of a 2-part podcast. Welcome to 5D Channels and Chats with Rachel Chamness. As a shamanic channel and mentor, I'll be sharing wisdom and healing from higher dimensions through channeling beings of light. You will also hear liquid Reiki shamanic sound healing, channels between intuitives, and discussion on higher dimensional healing and channeling. You'll find links and more in the show notes, so be sure to check them. You can find me at soundwavesheal.com and my Facebook group, 5D Daily Spiritual Healers in Higher Dimensions.
Is there anything else about Ascension that you wanted to share with us?
There's much that will happen in the next 2 years, 2 to 3 to 5 years, that will definitely convince you that the world is changing rapidly.
Is there anything more that we need to know about that? Maybe guidance on how to navigate that time.
If you would like to navigate ascension better, then I suggest that you bring in all the helpers and beings around you to help you with the minutia of helping you build your light body. And that is to be in touch with your spirit guides, your soul guides, your helpers, your starseed guides, all these beings around you, so that they can tell you personally what you need to do next.
Okay. Is there anything in general? I mean, we hear a lot about building the light body. Is the light body just learning how to hold more light, have a higher
Yes,
frequency?
yes.
Okay.
Holding more light, having a higher frequency. The ways that you can do this are many. As we step forward often, especially for this being, we show you that there are many energy grids that you can release from and many higher dimensional energy grids that you can connect to. There's light that you can bring in with light codes. There's healing rays of light. This concept you have of Reiki, of light language, things like that, different kinds of healing modalities, polarity, all of this is just source light, and we use it as well. It is used in different ways. These are ways to build your light body, bringing in healing from your crown, bringing in light codes from other healers who are channeling higher dimensional beings, or you learn to do it and bring it in yourself. This builds the light body. All of this light, you need to know where to find it, which is from us, from helpful helpers, and bring that light in and grow it. And as that light grows in your body, then there's no more room for some of these lower dimensional vibrational feelings, such as fear. These can be released. And as you work on your emotions, then you can work on where you're coming from. What emotion are you working from? What's your base emotion? This is important too, to learn to upgrade that as well.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about Ascension before we move on to the next topic?
No. I was trying to feel if I could feel his features, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like he's like a light inside of me
Right.
speaking through me. It doesn't feel like I feel his beak or something. I sometimes feel that with other guides that I trance, but it doesn't I don't feel anything. I was trying to feel like, what does his hair feel like? And I can't feel any of that. It just feels like this glowing light inside me talking.
They are operating from more of a light body, so they show us a form because we want there to be a form because
That's
that's what we're
true.
used to, and I think they're just this light energy, and so yeah, and I
That's
think
true.
even though everyone thinks they're the Blue Avians because they look like birds, I think it's actually really about being in a higher perspective, the energy of the bird, of being in a higher perspective, being able to see things differently. They're in a higher vibration.
Oh, he
So,
definitely wants to talk about this because he's like, move aside. Let me see. He's like, not giving me a choice. He's like, lay back. Yes, we take forms. We take forms for you. We try to be consistent with the form, but we do use a form for most of our work, for we had forms just like all the other beings. We graduated dimension by dimension as Earthlings are doing now. And eventually we do leave the form, but we may use one of the forms to help a lower dimensional being understand us better. And yes, that is why we are not always blue. We are many colors, and colors, of course, are just a construct of your eye, and it's not really a thing.
So why did the humans perceive what we call blue avians, but are the cure as bird-like?
Because that's what we were when we were lower dimensional. That was our form, like your humanoid form.
Okay. Okay. And what dimension did the blue avians like start as? Were you third dimensional or did you start somewhere else when you were in that like bird-like form?
We spent a long time as six dimensional.
All right. Is there anything more that you can tell us about the cure or anything more that the cure want us to know about them?
We are one of the primary beings who are here to help you. There are many of us here. We are observing and helping where we can. For those of you who are attuned to us, we will come and help. We are happy to step in as a guide for any of you.
At the dimension that you're at now, do you ever need healing yourself?
We are able to bring in the source light for any healing that we may need.
And why would you need healing? What would cause that?
It depends if we travel to different places where I don't the way to put this so that you understand it, it's the atmosphere or the dimensional degradation can affect our light,
Mm,
then we can rejuvenate it very easily.
okay. Are you offended at all when we call you the Blue Avians?
Oh no, we don't care.
Okay. All right.
Here, avians, blue avians, we don't mind. We are glad that you know of us. And we are grateful to those who let everyone know that we were here, that we are here. Even if the channel is not always clear before, we are glad that they let everyone know that we can help. And the truth is, we will help anyone. We are not type of being that only some can channel. It's just that you will have to be a channel who knows how to work in higher dimensions before you can channel us, because we are harder to hold that kind of light in your body unless you have a lot of light in your body already and you've already learned how to channel other lower dimensions, fourth dimension, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. Of course, fourth dimension, we only recommend that would be the Fae.
Okay. Have any of the cure ever incarnated in human form? Are there any incarnated now?
We do not, as a rule, incarnate as humans. However, we have come as ourselves before, and there is one on Earth now as a human.
Are you going to tell us who it is? I figured.
I am unable to.
Why just one?
There is one to help what you so want, to help your elite crumble.
Okay, so this here are they so they're in human form then?
There is only one.
Do they know that they're blue avian or a cure?
Yes,
And is it but they're in human form. Is that what you're saying?
they were born as a human. They came
Okay.
into the human.
Oh, okay.
We are not your star seed. We are helpers of the realm. We aren't reincarnating as humans as a rule. However, if you feel that you are a reincarnated Blue Avian, it is because we are very close and you have many helpers. So we do not want you to feel that you are wrong. It's just a a little bit different, and you can learn more by getting to know us better
Why do some people feel more connected to the Blue Avians than others?
because we have known many of you and we have worked with you in other incarnations, and
Oh,
many of you have Blue Avian helpers, such as this one I'm speaking through. She has
oh,
many.
okay. If the humans wanted to work with the Blue Avians or the cure more, would they come to help? Like, there are more that are available to work with humans?
Yes, but
So
you'll
we could
have to, yes. So as we are here, we are a more advanced being to work with, meaning our vibration is higher. So there is a learning there to be able to channel us. But we can always send signs at any level, and you may see our light.
Okay, so you mentioned that you have to learn how to work in the higher dimensions. Do you have any advice or guidance on how you learn that practice?
Yes, through meditation and through learning to channel. Also, deeply learning your discernment, working on your emotions and your triggers. You just need to be a little more advanced.
Okay. Can you tell us where you exist now and if it's someplace different than before, where you existed before?
We had a sixth dimensional and seventh dimensional planet, but at the eighth dimension, the planet could not sustain that vibration. And so at that point, we left. We have to you, it may appear or seem like a ship, and we have described it as such, but it is really a space, a plane that we are on. So you may hear us say we are in ships outside the earth, but it's really a higher dimensional space, plane that we
And
are
it
on.
travels with you?
Mhm.
And you're the only ones that have access to it?
If you like, you may think of it as a large spaceship, and there are many on it. Others can come, yes.
But it's not a planet.
It is a space. It is a plane.
Alright, I think I'm just gonna have difficulty understanding that.
If if it is difficult, then imagine it as a spaceship as large as a city or several cities where many live and interact.
So, when your planet started to transform and you had to leave, was that tumultuous, or was it something you knew was going to happen so you were prepared and able to leave safely?
Oh, it wasn't anything like that. We made the conscious decision to continue ascension to higher than eighth dimension. And so we just needed a different space
Oh,
because there is no planet in the eighth dimension like the one we had. So the cure, the planet, it is still there in the seventh dimension since there is no such thing as time where we are. So if we would like to go back to the planet, we just need to downgrade to the seventh dimension.
have other beings or do other beings live on that planet now?
On cure,
Yes.
there are some, yes.
And have you made contact with these beings? I mean, can you tell us anything about them?
Every planet has different kinds of beings on it, like yours has many kinds of beings, animals and mammals and things like that. The Cure planet has some other beings from other places on it.
Okay. So, in order for someone to be able to channel a blue avian or work with a blue avian or cure, excuse me, then they need to learn how to channel other beings first. Is there anything else we need to know about that? Like how we can channel you? Maybe not you specifically, but a cure, like a guide of ours that's cure.
Well, if you are already a channel and you know how to channel and you've channeled many types of beings and you've channeled archangels, you've channeled deities, you've channeled all types of elementals, and then you have built your light body enough, then you may ask us if you can channel us. Yes. How do you get from not channeling to channeling avians? Well, then you'll have to learn how to channel.
All right. Is there anything else about the cure that you want us to know that I haven't already asked?
We are beings of the light. We have come selflessly to help you because that is what we do. We are an army of beings here who only wish to help. And our focus is this planet.
Okay. And are there lots of beings outside of Earth that are here helping?
Yes, there are many.
Is part of their presence their own curiosity to see what it's like to be in the third dimension and to go through an ascension such as this?
Well, many of us know, and we have great compassion for all of you. And that is why we want to help.
Okay. All right. Okay. Are you ready to move on to the next subject?
Yeah, I have to take a break. Ooh, I'm like shaking now. I don't know that I've
Oh,
held them that long.
yeah.
I don't know how much longer I can hold him in, to be honest. We might have to do the second part later. He let me feel his face a little bit more that time because I was
Oh, yeah.
curious. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm shaking.
Okay.
I might need like food, fuel.
Okay.
I was starting to feel a little lightheaded.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff in there. It's been 50 minutes and I don't think there's a whole lot to cut out.
But I don't think I can go anymore, to be honest.
All right. I understand.
Okay, well, that's the longest I have channeled him. And definitely gonna need a sandwich.
Yeah. I
Well,
imagine it's a
that
lot.
was that was a lot of information. That was good.
I kept like wanting to ask a question, then he kept talking and then he kept answering my questions. I was like, okay, I know you're pulling this out of my head telepathically, but you need to let me ask the question.
He's a talker.
Yeah.
He talks a lot.
You gotta let me ask the question. I want to ask the question.
That's funny. So what he was showing me when you were asking that question about the planet, it's just that like he showed me how it looked like in sixth dimension and seventh dimension, and that it just couldn't be in eighth dimension. Like kind of like how he says, reptilians are fourth dimensional negative beings on this planet can't be in the fifth dimension. It just doesn't. It can't. That was really interesting what he said about the one person who it's like almost like there was one allowed to come into a human, and it's someone in great power. And it's not anyone we think it could be.
Probably. I wonder who.
It's someone that nobody knows who it is. It's not like someone we know. Like,
But it's someone that has the ability to pull strings somewhere.
yeah, but it's a completely unknown person, I feel. I wonder who it is.
That's wild.
Yeah. And he's like literally can't like I felt him go.
I know. Me too, but I was like, I'm gonna ask anyway.
I know you were so persistent. He was like, nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whew, I'm shaking.
Oh,
So I just want to tell anyone who's listening that, of course, that's what Tag Lightworkers is all about. We meet beings like the Blue Avians or Lyrans or whatever. We connect with them so that we can receive information from them in any way that where you are at, wherever you're at, whether you're a beginner or advanced practitioner of channeling. And also, we connect to grids. We connect to all of this stuff. We build the light body. That's what it's about.
they'll give us healing gifts. I remember, the Arcturians, they gave us
Yeah.
like a lot of the beings gave us healing. And I
Syrians.
can attest to like how it up leveled my energy, how I could feel that I was able to hold more energy just from like the attunements and doing the meditations and being open to communicating with them, being open to having them in my energy field.
I mean, for me too, just because I run tag doesn't mean that.
Right.
I mean, I didn't know any of that stuff. It's always a surprise. I channel them, they tell me all this stuff, and I'm like, what? It's like a million videos of me going, oh my God, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then I attune to them when you guys attune to them. I mean, I'm doing it too. I'm just channeling it, so I'm doing it at that time. But if I hadn't done that, and that's a really good thing to know, like for light workers, I mean, I just listened to my guides. They said, start this monthly group. It was way back in 2017, and I did. And what do I do next? They said, well, bring through, these angels, bring through these elemental beings, and then finally they made me bring through the galactic beings. I didn't want to do it because I was like, no, I'm already nuts. Like everyone's probably like, Rachel's talking to fairies. Now she's going to talk to ETs. Like what's happening? Yeah. And it was Alpar who came in and said, you'll start with us, with the Blue Avians. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, but I heard no one can channel Blue Avians. Only one person can talk to them or whatever. Like nobody else can do it. And he's like, no, that's ego, which of course we all know now. But anyway, thank you for joining me for today's episode. If you are a healer or spiritual entrepreneur, present or future, I'd like to invite you to my Facebook group, 5D Daily, Spiritual Healers in Higher Dimensions, where I'll be live for more discussion and questions on Thursdays. I'll put the link in the show notes. I'm Rachel Chamness at Sound Waves Heal.